What's going on? Vince Rapsardi, BigBlueUnbiased.com. Thank you to those who've liked, commented, and subscribed. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure to turn notifications on. So every time I post, you get a notification. And you can come join in on the conversation. We got a lot to talk about. This channel is really starting to blow up. Just about every video I post is getting at least 1,000 views for the most part. Thank you to those who have watched and have shared and have subscribed. You know, I really don't do many collaborative videos with other Giants YouTubers. I did one with OGR before the start of the season. And I believe it was uploaded on his YouTube channel, but that's it. I really, all my videos are just essentially people sharing it, people just watching it, finding it on YouTube. So we are really starting to build something here, really building it from the ground up, right? We're really starting to build a strong following here, unbiased talk. And I think it's refreshing because a lot of people, it's just not how it goes on the YouTube these days. So let's get into some topics, all right? I want to talk about Saquon Barkley because I had a huge Twitter debate. Actually, regrettable debate because the other person is just such a clown that it was like, what's the point of actually debating here? But we'll talk about Saquon Barkley and the impact he's had, his injury has had on the Giants. It's been a tough one for Daniel Jones without Saquon Barkley. We'll talk about Kyler Fackrell. We'll talk about Leonard Williams. It's going to be an interesting video. Okay, so let's start with Saquon Barkley. There are a lot of people who still cannot get over the selection of Saquon Barkley back in the 2018 NFL Draft, second overall. I understand that people oppose the pick. I get it. I understand that running back, you know, the position is losing its glory, right? Especially these days in a pass-happy NFL. So I'm not saying it's ridiculous to oppose the drafting of Saquon Barkley second overall. But at the end of the day, he is a playmaker. He is not just a traditional running back. He led the league in yards from scrimmage as a rookie. He caught 91 passes as a rookie. So he is not just a traditional running back that you hand it off to and that's it. He's a playmaker. He runs the football and he catches the football a lot. And he's good with the football in his hands, right? He's an explosive player. So while you can just say running back, oh, just bad, taking a running back second overall, he's not just a running back. It's the same thing with Christian McCaffrey, another Dave Gettleman pick. McCaffrey had over 100 receptions last year. He's not just a running back. They are playmakers. You're drafting a Saquon Barkley. You're drafting a Christian McCaffrey high in the NFL draft because they can make plays. It's not, you cannot just say that, oh, they're just running backs. That's it. They're just guys that you hand the football off to. No, they catch a lot of passes, and they are playmakers. And there's a large anti-Saquon Barkley crowd out there, a large anti-running back crowd out there with Saquon Barkley. And I'm talking about full games. With Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, in 9 games, 21 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, averaging 265 yards a game, 3 games with a passer rating over 120. Okay, so 21 touchdowns, 8 interceptions in those 9 games with Barkley healthy on the field with Daniel Jones. Without Barkley, 8 games, 5 touchdown passes, 9 interceptions, averaging 217 passing yards per game. Not one game with a passer rating of at least 120. So at the end of the day, you can say, well, it's a running back and he's irrelevant, he means nothing. Well, Saquon Barkley is not just a running back. He is a playmaker. And at the end of the day, you lose a good playmaker, it's going to hurt you. And not only that, but, you know, a lot of people, especially after week 1, when Barkley played the toughest defense in the NFL, the Steelers are the best defense in the NFL, right? And he struggled. But a lot of people complain about Barkley. His first year, okay, he was 3rd among running backs in rush yards over expected per attempt. I talked about this in my last video. Expected rush yards is based on blocking, defenders, the speed of the running back, and all those things, and then their actual yardage, right? What they actually get on a play. One of the best running backs in football as a rookie. He was 7th last year. So the Giants spent the second overall pick on him, and he's been really good. I know people want more because the Giants are losing games. If the Giants were winning games, I doubt many people would complain, but the Giants have lost a lot of games since they drafted Barkley. So there's always this want for more, and they complain and say, well, his pass protection, he does need to improve in pass protection. But the point is, he is a really good playmaker, and the Giants miss him in a big way. You cannot just chalk it up to saying, well, he's a running back and he's irrelevant, he doesn't matter. He matters. Okay, so let's quickly talk about some Giants defensive players. Leonard Williams is facing a ton of double teams. And he still has a very strong pass rush win rate. He has been very good this year. Say what you want about him. He's a good player. Kyler Fackrell, tied for third in tackles for loss. Great addition. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's getting paid less than $5 million. He signed for $4.6 million on a one-year deal, and he has been excellent for the Giants. 5 pressures. He has 2 sacks. I did a video on him. Plays the run fairly well, too. He's been outstanding. Let's quickly talk about Daniel Jones. He's been pressured 84 times. That leads the league. Now, his time to throw is the 8th highest. So, I would probably say if you get pressured a lot, try and get rid of the football quicker. That could lead to a lot of pressures. At the same time, their pass block win rate, not good. So, they need to do better job pass protecting for this guy. I mean, you're talking about a second-year quarterback with a bad pass blocking offensive line. New system, right? New offensive system. No preseason games. No Saquon Barkley, best playmaker that he has. He's in a tough spot. We talk about Daniel Jones literally every video. There's a case to be made for him and against him. He needs to play better. He's not getting a lot of help. Both are true. So, in this case too, maybe get rid of the football a little bit quicker. 8th highest time to throw. Not ideal if you don't have a good pass blocking offensive line. But he's also in a tough spot. Okay, so let's end with this. David Mayo has been activated off IR. Pretty decent boost for the Giants. He actually performed fairly well in coverage last year, around an 82 passer rating. And he's a pretty decent pickup by Dave Gettleman prior to the 2019 season. A guy that had over 80 tackles last year, kind of stepped in, did a decent job. And he's expected to play this week versus the Washington football team, according to ESPN's Jordan Raanan.